Well, this is a wonderful intersection of news and entertainment because it's popular culture. We have never lived in a world, unless you're over the age of 95, you have not lived in a world without the Windsor family. And we have identified with the Windsor family all of our lives. Prince Charles has been dutifully waiting his turn for all of these years, and now it is his moment. So it is culturally significant. And, you know, we talk about how much we love or hate the royal family. They are a source of a water cooler talk for all Americans, whether because you're a fan of The Crown or because you're a fan of the real life drama that goes on with the family. But from the celebrity aspect, how can you not be interested? It has all the elements of a classic soap opera.
I host a podcast that surprised us by how successful it turned out. It's called Titanic Talk, and we talk about all things Titanic with fans and historians and authors and all sorts of things. And Meghan is one of our Titaniacs, so I salute you. Yeah, we're very grateful. It was a very unexpected, delightful surprise, and it's all spun out of a documentary film. And one of the producers is here from that, Elizabeth, called Ship of Dreams, Titanic Movie Diaries. So we've gotten to the first film festival, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Now, I'm joined by journalist and Titanic historian Nelson Aspen right now. Nelson, thank you very much for your time. This is quite a big day for Titanic superfans, isn't it? The Titaniacs.
That's right. I am a proud Titaniac, is the moniker we have coined for ourselves. And April 15th is a day that's very important on our calendar. As you said, it's the 111th anniversary of the sinking, and it can be very somber, but it's also a day of remembrance.
People died building the Titanic. People died, of course, on the Titanic. Those who survived went on to have post-traumatic stress and very unfortunate lives after surviving it. And now it looks like once again we're facing disaster as it relates to the so-called Ship of Dreams.
We are joined by award-winning entertainment journalist Nelson Aspen, who spent decades airing on wildly popular shows in Australia, but he is also the host of the very popular podcast Titanic Talk. Nelson, welcome back to Local News Live.
Thanks. It's good to be with you, even under these sad circumstances.
Yeah. No, it is really an unfortunate story. Nelson, why does the Titanic still have this alluring aspect even after so much tragedy?
You're right. I think maybe because it had such a short life itself. It had this magnificent buildup to be the ship of dreams, the unsinkable sign of man's command over technology, over nature, that it would be able to be unsinkable. Of course, it has been marred by tragedy from the very beginning, even before. 8 different people working on the ship, building it, perished before it even set sail. Then, of course, 1,500 lives were lost on its one and only voyage to New York that April of 1912. And then now we heard the news that 5 people perished in an expedition down to the wreck. And it does beg the question as to why there is Titanic tourism. And I think in large part it's because of the very popular film by James Cameron in 1997, Titanic, with Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. There is a soap opera aspect to this. It has been romanticized. Ironically, Cameron himself made 33 dives to the ship, and interestingly made a comment about he only made the movie because he wanted to take the dives. So it's rather rich that now he's making criticism about the fact that people want to go down there, whether it's safe or not. I mean, we have the ability in 2023 with artificial intelligence and digital recreations, we have the power to go there virtually without having to get into a submersible and risk life and limb to view it. Dr. Robert Ballard, who discovered the wreck in 1985, has himself said he thinks that the future is in digital recreation, a museum, if you will, to be able to explore it without risking your life.
I wish this book was less relevant than when I'd written it, but all of a sudden, I mean, reading some of the stories this weekend, I thought, oh my goodness, we're at full speed again. We're receiving ice warnings from everyone from Elon Musk to Pope Francis, and no one's slowing us down. And
I was going to say, is Elon Musk
yeah.
the new Bruce Ismay? You know, in Star Wars or Doctor Who or whatever kind of con cosplay you mentioned, they're fictional characters. And now we're talking about people who lived lives and perished, and even those who survived went on largely because of post-traumatic stress to be very troubled. There were suicides from survivors,
alcoholism,
and reputations were ruined, fortunes were ruined. I mean, just there really were not many happy endings to be told after Titanic. So it's interesting if you're going to cosplay Molly Brown or the Countess or Bruce Ismay, you're actually portraying people that were unfortunate, no matter how wealthy they may have been.
I mean, there's no way.
That's a big point of difference.
I actually don't like any of his other films. I just think that on that occasion, he decided to make a proper Hollywood, old school, like classic film where he did just churn out 1,000.
And he was into it. I mean, he's a Titaniac. At the end of the day, James Cameron is a Titanic. He's a Titanic nerd like the rest of us. So I don't know.